स्वागत है तुम्हारा। आज खोलेंगे मैथ्स का पेटा, बजाएंगे स्क्वायर एंड स्क्वायर रूट्स का ढोलक। मैं हूँ अमित मोदक। So today we are going to discuss on the questions of your square and square roots. So students from grade 5 to 8 can solve these questions. So students, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe it here. So VOS, that is Vedantu Olympiad School, and Young Wonders, you all are our young wonders. You are doing very, very fantastic and you all are very talented. So please subscribe the channel, do like it and also share with your friends. So moving on to the session part. So first of all, we will be understanding square and square roots. So squares means what? When any number, let's say 21, is multiplied by itself. So what we get is another number we are getting 441. So we can say that square of 21 is 441. And that is what we do. Area of square, side into side. So we are multiplying the same edge twice so that we get the area of that square. So basically we are doing area of square, or we are getting a number to be multiplied by itself, and that's called as square. Now the reverse is square root. Square root is we are trying to find a number which can be multiplied by itself to get that number. So to find the square root, we use generally two methods. First is prime factorization method. Second is long division method. Now where we can use the prime factorization method, or what is this prime factorization method? It is basically making the factors using the prime numbers. Let's say for example we have let's say 100. We need to find out the square root of it. Okay, and for square root we use the radical symbol. Nothing is there, it's square root. So we will just think of this, the prime numbers. 2 50s are, we are dividing 100 with 2, so it's 50, 2, 25, then 5 5s. So what we can write is 100 can be written as square root of under 2 into 2 into 5 into 5. So if we make the pairs, so ultimately we are getting 2 into 5 is 10. So 10 is the square root of 100. Now for the long division method, we use for a bigger numbers. For a bigger numbers, let's say for example 2025, we need to find out the square root of it. And let's say this is a perfect squaring, okay, because all numbers are not perfect squares. Let's say this is a perfect square and we want to find the square root of it. In that case, we use a long division method. Now what we do is we make pair. Let's say we think of any number which is multiplied by itself, and that is either equal to 20 or less than 20. So we can think of 5 5s are 25, it's being greater, so 4 4s are 16. So what is left? 425. Now this 4, this right side 4 is getting added here. So 4 4 8. Now we have to think of a number which can be taken in beside 8, and that would be multiplied by again itself, that's that one digit number, so that we get a 425. Now 5 is required, so we think of a 5, because 5 5s are 25. Okay, so we can get the unit digit as 5. So 8 85 5s are 425, because 5 5s are 25, 8 5s are 40 and 2 42. So this is what we get 45 as a square root of 2025. So this is a easier method, is a less time consuming, in comparison to the prime factorization method when the numbers are bigger. Okay, so let's move on and start with first question on your screen. Simplify under root 81 plus, this is a plus, under root 0.81 plus under root 0.0081 into under root 10,000. Alright, let's start solving. So bracket under root 81 is very easy. We can write 9 under root 0.81. Okay, 0.81. Now you think 81, you know it's 9. So it's, if you remove the point, it's like 81 by 100. Okay, if you think a little bit, similarly 81 by 10,000 into under root 10,000. If you have the even number of zeros with 1, you make it half number of the zeros. So 4 zeros is there. So 1 with 2 zeros becomes the square root of it. No need to do any prime factorization or any long division method in case if you are getting the even number of zeros with 1. So here 9 we get under root 81 by 100. 81 is 9. 9 by 10. That gives you 0.9. How we are getting? 81 square root is 9. 100 square root is 10. So 9 by 10 is 0.9. Similarly 81 by 10,000 it gives you 0.09 into 100. So if you add it up, 9 plus 0.9, 9.9 plus 0.09, it gives you 9.99 into 100. And as you all know, point can be removed 2. Okay, 100 would be there in the denominator and it will get cancelled with this 2 zeros. Okay, so what we can say, 999 is our answer. Alright, let's move on to the next question. 1225, that is 1225 plants are to be planted in a garden in such a way that each row contains as many plants as the number of rows. Find the number of rows and the number of plants in each row. You have to grow, or the gardener has to grow the number of plants equal to the number of rows. So the number of rows should be equal to the number of plants. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say 5. So suppose the plants has to be also 5 in each. Okay. So similarly 1, 2 to 5 plants are to be there. Then how we can arrange them? Alright students. So yes, you have thought it correct. We have to do the square root of it. Okay, so under root 1225. So 1225 we do take it a long division method. So yeah, 4 4s are 16, it would be greater. So 3 3s are 9. If we subtract 12 with 9, it's 3 2 5. Now 3 3, add it up, 3 3 6. We have to think of a number which is being either 325 or close to it. So 65 into 5. I thought of number which is multiplied by itself so that we get a 5. So there is only possibility 1, that is 5 itself. So 5 5s are. So 5 5s are 25, carry 2, 6 5s are 30 plus 2, 325. So here we get the square root as 35. So number of rows and equal to number of plants is equal to 35. Alright. So very well done students. Let's move on to the next question. A school collected rupees 2304 as fees from its students. If each student paid as many paise, that is in terms of money, as there were students in the school. So how many students were there in the school? Be quick students. You can solve it very easily. And please write on the chat box. Alright, let's solve this. So 2304, as again it's very similar to the previous one, right? Number of students and number of number of students and the money is being equal. So what we'll do is we'll do the square root of 2304. Now that we can do is by your prime factorization method or the long division method, but I do prefer this long division, and I would advise you even to go for the long division method for a bigger numbers if it is asked. Okay, so what we can think of: 4 4s are 16, 13 minus 6 is 7, 704, 4 4 is 8. So I have to think of a number which is being multiplied to give it a 4 in the unit digit, same number. So 2 2s are 4 or 8 8 is 64. So we can get 4 in the unit digit with either 2 into 2 or 8 into 8. So here it would be 8. So 8 8 is 64, 6 8 8 is 64 and 6 70. So yes, 48 is the number of students. Number of students is 48. Alright students, very well done. Let's move on to the next question. Find the smallest number by which 3645 should be divided so as to get a perfect square. ऐसा कौन सा छोटा नंबर है जिससे डिवाइड कर दे 3645 को ताकि ये perfect square बन जाए. Right now it's not a perfect square. So we know it's not a perfect square. So we'll not think of doing the long division in such cases. Okay, it would be effective when we do its prime factorization. So let's do it, students. So 3645. Let's do the prime factorization here. 5 7s are 35, 5 2s are 10, 5 9s are 45. And once again 3 243, 3 81, 3 27, 3 9s are and 3 3s are. So if you just make a pair, see 3 3 a pair it is there, 3 3 pair is there, 3 3 pair is there. What is the villain here? This 5 is alone. So this is only the problem is creating. So let's do it, remove it from the roots. जड़ से हटा देते. So 3645 was giving 5 as an extra, right? When we do the square root, it was 5 coming as an extra player and 3 was coming as in an even number. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 6 times 3s were there. Okay, so therefore smallest number by which 3645 should be divided is 5. Let's move on to the next question, students. Find the smallest number by which 162 should be multiplied to make it a perfect square. What is the smallest number by which 162 should be multiplied to make it a perfect square? Alright, so let's see the right answer. So the right answer is D, that is 2. So if you have got 2, very well done. So how we'll do it? How we can get a number so that it gets multiplied by it, smallest number, so that it becomes perfect square. Right now it's not a perfect square. So we'll divide it with a 2 as a prime number. 2 8 is 16, 1s are 3 27s are 3 9s are 3 3s are. So once again what we can see here, a pairs are being formed, but 2 is remaining alone. So if we multiply this 162 with a 2, 162 with a 2, we will get a number. 2 2s are 4, 6 2s are 12, carry 1, 324. So this 324 is a perfect square. And since there is a deficiency of 2, so we will get that smallest number to be to be multiplied is your 2. Alright, Let's move on to the next question. Okay. So students, I am not solving this. You will be solving it as a homework. And I would acknowledge that person or that student who is going to give me the first correct answer on the comment box. Okay? Alright. So students, you can also follow me on my Instagram ID, Telegram, and you can also ask any sort of queries, doubts, difficulties facing in doing the maths. Okay, any doubts, you can definitely ask me on this email ID. Okay then, thank you so much students. Thank you everyone. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.